Justice, so today you had a historic day. You broke a Michigan record for the most rushing yards in a debut for a new Michigan player. One, when did you know you was going to be the starter? And two, was this the most touchdowns you had in your career in any level?
What was the question again? The first question?
First question, you had a historic day today.
Yep.
One, did you know when did you know you was going to be the starter? And two, was this the most rushing yards, the most rushing yards, most rushing touchdowns you had in any level of your career?
To answer the first question, TA came to me yesterday and told me I'd be going out there first. But the way I see it, Jordan and I are 1A and 1B. We both can go out there and make plays, and so can the whole running back room. And then, no, this is not the most rushing touchdowns I've had in my career playing football in a game.
All right, and the second row on the left here in the league.
Brandon, on your interception, did anyone on the sideline say maybe you should have just knocked it down? Or?
To be honest, nobody said that, to be honest. Probably closer to the fourth quarter, somebody came up and was like, our strength and conditioning coach was like, did you think about smacking the ball down? I was like, in that moment, no. I seen ball in the air. I just wanted to go get the ball at that point. Made a play on the ball for my team. But no, I didn't think about it, no.
And did you see the targeting play, or what was ruled the targeting play, and what does that mean?
I believe I was in. I don't know. I think it was a clean hit. It's football. It's aggressive, so I just leave it at that.
All right, in the back on the right, Zach.
Oh, I had the same question about Jay Sean Sid. Did you talk to him at all after the game, or I guess what?
Yeah, me and Jay Sean cool. Jay Sean cool, good mindset right now. He's chilling. Like I said, it's football, contact sport. I don't really got nothing else to say to that. I'll probably do the same shit. So excuse my language. Excuse my language, y'all.
In the same vein, though, I mean, Cole had a couple big plays in the fourth quarter. I guess can you speak to the depth of the linebacker room and how they stepped up with?
Yeah, I say Cole. Cole really took it upon himself to really try to push himself into that starters. To me and Coach Wing, I say we have true 4 starting linebackers. Cole himself, he's really been putting in the work this offseason, this fall, to really get himself in this spot today, and see him make those plays today really just hone into what he's been putting in on the offseason that y'all haven't been seeing. So.
Okay, towards the front on the left, Bob.
Justice, you said Bryce got here and found his voice and now is using it more and more. How so, in a game like today? How did that unfold, using his voice?
Just uplifting the guys. We started off hot. Then we got into our offense kind of shallowed down. And just on the sideline, hey, we good. We gonna be just fine. And you can. That's always great when your quarterback's coming around the sideline saying you're good.
Sorry, on the right, Jonathan.
Justice, can you talk about, I guess, the strides Channing Goodwin's made over the offseason, how that big catch in the day today?
I call him technician. Channing's technically sound and everything, He's a technician. He really is. He's consistent, comes in each and every day, works hard, and it's just always, always count on him. There's not a day that I've seen where Channing has a bad day. He's always having a day, a great day. So.
Hey, Jonathan, if you could pass it to Aaron right next to you there. On the right towards the back, Aaron McMahon.
Justice, when you got here, is this the type of performance you'd hope for? The opportunities, the carries, the production?
Yes, that I definitely expect this out of myself. Like I said, all glory to God and all those boys up front. But I definitely do expect this out of myself each and every week. Like I said, I put in a lot of work, I feel like, and I'm hard on myself. So I want to, I'm gonna go back and watch the film and see what I could have even done better in this game.
Time for a couple more before Coach Moore comes in. Any additional questions? Go back to the left side towards the front here, Angelique.
And compared to last year, did this defense feel a little more comfortable with this offense and the production that you were seeing, the balance?
Can you ask the question one more time?
The defense, from your perspective, did you guys have a different sense of comfort with this offense clicking with Bryce and Justice?
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I feel like the offense really helped us kind of just take the pressure off a little bit. Sometimes it's good to just go out there, 3 and out, get them the ball right back. But the relationship the offense and the defense, I'll say, have, Bryce said he need to stop. We'll go out and get a stop. It don't matter how long the defense got to stay out there. We got to do it. We got to do it. If the offense need to make a play, I know the offense, Justice is going to make a play. Bryce going to make a play. I know my dog's going to do that. So it's just like the back and forth relationship the offense and the defense have really help each other out to where we really don't got to stress about nothing. We can just play ball.
Justice, on that last touchdown, I know you got the score, but the play before that, did you think you were in?
I did, but then I watched the replay, and I was looking up at the big board, and I noticed I wasn't in. You know, we always talk about don't reach in the ball, so, you know.
Sorry, I think I might have lost track of the mic on the right side. Somebody have it there? Nope, sorry. Front row, left, Tony.
Yeah. Hey, for both you guys, I guess we'll start with Justice. Big game coming up this next week, I guess. Initial thoughts about Oklahoma?
Oh, you know, we're going to watch the film, you know, and we're going to get back to work. We're going to break them down, see what we need to do. We know it's going to be a hostile environment. I played in that environment last year, so I know it's a hostile environment. It's going to be a great challenge, but with great challenge is a great opportunity. So it's an opportunity for us to go out there and do what we need to do and just prove to the world who we are. For me, to be honest, I say it's a great team over there that we about to face week 2. Not really too much stress for me. To me, it's just football. I feel like our defense is prepared to play for that game. We just got to ride together, go in with a strong mindset, and get ready to play football.
Good question from the front here. Sorry.
On that hit with Jay Sean, you guys had that. He gets the sack, the touchdown. He gets the touchdown, and he gets returned back. It's a pretty big emotional swing. How did you guys kind of handle it and just kind of keep going in that moment?
Who's the question for, me or BL?
Either.
I'll answer that. I'll probably say like our coach put us in like a good predicament for stuff like this. Like we got situations that we go through and everything at practice to where we kind of prepare ourselves for the unexpected. I'll kind of say so. Like no, for real. He kind of prepares for like the unexpected. So like having little stuff like that on the field happen, it kind of just like gets us back to our day one training of what coach really taught us, and we just got to really just come together as a team and just focus and keep playing football like I keep saying.
Anything final for these guys before we get Coach Moore in here? On the very back corner there.
For Brandon, just for the defense as a whole, with how you finished like last year down the stretch with the really strong finish, do you feel like any of that momentum was carried into today, or is it kind of like its own like unique defense this year? Like, is it kind of a lot of borrowed energy from that strong finish, or?
I'll say yeah, the Alabama game really helped. A lot of people that's played today played in the Alabama game, so I say yeah, like just coming out competing against a very good team like Bama and then coming out and playing another team with the same people, I think that really helps us. The younger guys, the older guys, just really just hone into their skills and like focus and have the confidence about themselves that they could play the game at a fast level.
Okay. Thank you all for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
More
No problem. Thank y'all. Have a good day, y'all.
Have a good rest of your night. Have more players.
Good night. Thank you. Oh, good setup.
Okay, starting here for coaching Bryce. On the left here, Steve.
You dropped the phone in front.
What do you need?
We're good.
Good.
Yeah.
Bryce, if you could talk about 2 plays, the 3rd and 14 play, and then your first touchdown pass, how you saw those plays develop.
With the first play that you're talking about, we prepare for this play every single day at practice, you know, going over this play continuously, and the moment came for this play to be ran. So the next thing was to do is execute, so that's what happened. But we, just like I said for the first one, just a lot of preparation that went into this, so just execute it. Of course. Definitely. A lot of work went into this moment, so.
Front left here, Larry.
Bryce, can you just kind of assess your first Michigan game, and of all the plays you made, where does the block rank?
on the touchdown?
Honestly, I'll say it's insane, really. This is for sure number one on my list, honestly. That was a surreal feeling being in the big house. I've been coming to the games since I was 8, 9 years old, so it's just a surreal feeling to have the black M on my chest and to score a touchdown in the black M uniform.
All right, Chris?
Sharon, your thoughts on the offensive line play overall, and then Blake played quite a bit. Was that the plan to have him play that much at right back, or was Andrew Banga?
Yeah, I thought the offensive line overall, the consistency that I saw throughout the game was really good. You know, there's always the, hey, you could have made this block, you could have did this, but when you rush for over 200 yards, you feel pretty happy about that, you know. And I know we had some explosive plays in there, but there's also some 4 or 5 yard gains, some 3 yard gains that turn into those big plays, right? So I think that's super important to put on there. So I think the progression that they've taken, especially even from the bowl game to now and having new guys in there, has been really good. So it's been fun to watch.
And then their defense, their offense, how is it tough is that and tricky for a defense like yours when they are getting the ball like that as quickly as they are?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to deal with when you got a good D-line and you got a good pass rush. The guys are going to get the ball out as fast as possible. So I thought our guys did a really good job of tackling for the most part. We had a couple missed tackles, but not very much. And you see in week 1 of college football, there's a lot of missed tackles. Did a study, there's like an average of 15 to 20 that people have during a game. And I thought we limited those on special teams and on defense. And when you do that, you're going to play winning football.
Matthew?
This is for Coach. Talk about how the linebacking play stepped up after the ejection of Jay Sean in the third quarter, particularly the interception from Cole.
Yeah, I mean, that group is elite. Yeah, they're 4 deep. We feel very strongly about that group. You know that we're going to talk about the ejection when we get to that point with you know, the Big Ten and handling that, because we don't agree, and we'll handle it from there. But overall, Ernest, Jimmy, Cole, those guys we look as starters as well. You know, we play them every single day, and those guys are moving fast. And Cole Sullivan has put in a lot of work. And I said this in Big Ten media days of how I thought he would really step up. And it wasn't really a surprise to watch him do what he did today. So, and to watch Jimmy play like he did, it wasn't a surprise either. So we got a really good group of linebackers.
Wojo?
Sharon, overall, your thoughts on the first game, some mistakes and then some big plays, whatever, and also Bryce's first game, your overall thoughts?
Yeah, I think overall, you know, the real thing that we wanted to do, we didn't want turnovers. We had one on special teams. I think he learned from that. It was a young freshman, and he was down about it. He was still down after the game. You know, at the end of the day, these guys are kids. You know, they're young men that we have to teach these lessons, and we got to help them through these lessons. So these things are going to happen, and he's going to learn from it, and he's going to get better from it. So I think that piece from it, we didn't want to miss a lot of tackles on special teams and defense, and I wanted consistent energy throughout the game, and I felt like there was consistent energy from snap 1 all the way to the end. Didn't matter who was in there. Guys played physical. Guys played fast. And yeah, there's things we got to clean up. We got to get better at, and we know that. And the best part about it is our kids know that. They understand the standard of Michigan football, and they're as disappointed at times than anybody else. You know, they're more disappointed because they're the ones putting in the work, and our coaches are the ones putting in the work. So they know the standard that they want to uphold, and we know what we want to uphold. So we're going to work to get better. And for this young man, I thought he played really well, and he's going to be very critical of himself when he watches film. He was critical of himself during the game, and he has a high standard for himself, and we have a high standard for us as an offense. But it's not just him; it's everybody on offense together pulling in one string. So to play the way he did, not turn the ball over, throw touchdown passes, and go down on that 2-minute drive, I could do that as freshman. So that was impressive.
On the right there, Austin?
Bryce, Justice was just in here and he talked about how you found your voice as a leader of this team. Can you describe that process for you of stepping into a leadership role as a freshman?
Honestly, coming in, of course, as a freshman in December at the time was very tough for me to be a vocal leader because I felt like I'm too young at the moment, you know. Then time overcame, of course, and we got to the moment where I feel like it's time for me to step up. It's time for me to use my voice and be able to feel like I know what I'm talking about as well. So.
We'll go on the front left here, Tom.
Sharon, when you see Bryce throw that shoulder pad block,
on that touchdown.
I said, stop,
Does that make
don't
you-
do it.
Does that make you cringe a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. But he loves it. He loves the game. He loves football. He loves the physicality. He's the first one when we're having our 9-on-7 drill tackling. He's over there getting hype, rocking his hair and music. So it does make you cringe when you don't want your quarterback doing that, but it kind of perks you up a little bit, understanding and knowing he loves that part of the game.
We'll go in the middle. Brandon?
Bryce, I interviewed Forcier earlier this week. You ended up breaking his record today for, most yards in the debut for a freshman quarterback. He said he was going to reach out to you and talk to you the same way Chad Henne reached out to him when he made his first start. One, did he talk to you? And two, how does that feel by breaking the record in your debut?
We gonna start with the record question. I didn't know that, of course. So I'm happy. I'm excited for it, of course, but we worried about next week right now. So
Did he reach out to you? Did you talk to him? Any advice?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So Aaron right there, in the middle.
Sharon, you said a lot about Bryce's age and just him being a freshman and everything else going into this game. How do you think he handled himself just from a poise perspective on the field, especially from those early couple drives when you guys went down there and scored?
Yeah, really well. To go down there on that 2-minute drive and throw that 3rd and 14 pass and then to go down and throw the touchdown, as far as poise, really good. And he's just going to keep getting better and better because he's going to be in those situations. And we try to put him in difficult situations in practice, and going against our defense and putting him in different things is what we got to do to prepare him. So, but held it well. But I think also the players around him help a lot too. You got older linemen that are there to keep him poised. You got guys in the backfield that have played, receivers that have played. So it's a collective effort for sure.
On the left here, Angelique.
Sharon, what was the explanation you got on Barham's targeting, and what is the process to appeal?
I don't. I kind of blacked out on the explanation. It really wasn't really that detailed of an explanation. So we'll go with the process, and I'll reach out to whoever we need to reach out to in the Big Ten and go from there.
Yeah, first, for Bryce, you talked about being in the stadium as like an 8-9-year-old kid. I guess, so what was it like getting off the bus and saw you turn one way to go in the locker room, then go back up the tunnel? And then when did it just start to feel like a game again? Did you let yourself sort of soak in the moment a little bit?
Of course, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, that's when the moment actually sunk in a little bit. My mindset going through this game is really just to do as well as I can as a freshman. So, because that's what people are going to see me as, and I want to change the narrative, of course. So.
You don't want to be seen as a freshman. You want to be seen as a guy that was you.
I'm a quarterback for the University of Michigan. That's what I am.
On the left here, Ryan.
Jerome, you mentioned earlier that Bryce is able to be critical of himself during the games too. I guess, how do you balance kind of appreciate him being able to diagnose things on the fly like that, and also coach him up in those moments and keeping him confident?
Yeah, I think whenever you have a quarterback that when you're at the quarterback at Michigan, you're going to be critical of yourself, but it's our job. One, yeah, he can do that, but we also got to bring him back and understand that, just play to your capabilities, play to your strengths, and us help him as a coaching staff too. So there's always a fair balance of that, but I think in any competitor in sports, especially football and as a quarterback, you're going to be critical of yourself, any mistake you make. And but then it's our job as coaches and the players around them to help you make sure that you're successful.
We have time for a couple more with these guys. We have TJ Guy and Marlin waiting, so I'll go with Steve in the front here.
Sharon, we all know how confident you are in your quarterback, but talk about the special confidence that you and Chip had on that 3rd and 14 play to call the play that you had and how it was executed.
Yeah, a lot of confidence. Again, Bryce said it, something we execute a lot and that we practiced a lot. And when you have plays in the playbook that you've repped from spring ball till in the summer and training camp, and you understand where people are going to be in spots, then you have confidence to make those calls. So that's what they went out and did. He did it. Channing made a great catch and great run.
Back on the right there, Zach.
Sharon, how would you assess Justice Haynes' performance tonight and just what he can do moving forward?
16 carries, 159 yards, 3 touchdowns, pretty electric. Most yards since 1970 in a debut. So that kind of explains it. It's really, really good. And it's something we've seen since spring. It's something we've seen this summer. We saw in fall camp, and I think I said it to the staff like on Thursday. I'm like, I don't know when it's going to be, but he's going to break like a 50-yard run and he's be gone. And it was early in the game, so not surprised by it, but excited to see how it continues to build.
That was our last question with Wojo.
Bryce, your coach says that you're hard on yourself. So, how do you think you did in your? Would you give yourself a grade? How would you describe how you performed today?
A C+ today.
I knew you'd say that.
Why that low?
There's a lot of things I got to work on, and also us as a team as well. So we're gonna go back to the drawing board. We're gonna come back better next week. So.
Huh?
Is that fair?
No, but that's how he is. So.
Can you just a quick thought about Oklahoma now that the game has arrived, or things that we think about prepare for?
We'll be ready. Yeah, we'll be ready for it. I'm going to prepare our tails off. Been preparing for it, so we'll be ready for it. I'll give you more on Monday. I'm going to let us enjoy this one.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bring in,
Thank you, guys. Cool hit.
TJ Metcalf, Marlin Klein.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Sit up there, D. Oh.
All right, we'll keep things rolling here and close it out after these two. We've got tight end Marlin Klein, defensive back TJ Metcalf. Let folks get settled, but if you have a question, raise your hand and I can get a microphone to you. All right, we'll start in the front on the left. Go ahead, Steve.
Marlin, if you could talk about the quick rapport you developed with Bryce and in specific, that nice little touch pass you had on the left sideline and your touchdown pass.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the kind of player he is, and he's going to make this team go as far as he can go. So to start it off, it's really just he's one heck of a player, and I think we all knew that coming out of high school. But today he really just proved what he can do on a college stage, and playing with him it's just been so much fun. He's going to put the ball wherever it needs to be, and that's what he showed today. So.
In the middle, about halfway back.
Marlon, just speaking on the touchdown, it was your first touchdown of your career and Bryce's. Who got the ball?
I got the ball, but I'm gonna give it to him. And the kind of player he is, and it was really just his touchdown. Honestly, all I have to do is run my route and catch the ball. He had to do a lot more than I did, so I don't want to take too much credit for that. Shout out to Bryce. So.
All right, additional questions for these guys? Please keep your hand up so we can get the microphone to you. Further up on the right there, Jonathan.
Yeah, Marlon, we just said this is your first touchdown. It's Channing Goodwin's first career reception today. I guess you guys lost Colson Lova, and you talk about just pass catchers in general stepping up coming into this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know who we got in this facility. And really now it's just time to shine for everybody out there. So we've been building up, like Channing, Samaj Morgan. Like, we got so many guys. Donovan, McCauley. You guys don't even know what he can do. So I'm just excited for the season and for those boys to show out. So.
Okay, we'll keep things going in the front on the left here, Ryan.
TJ, a lot has been made about this positionless defense in the secondary this year, heading into this year. I guess, how did you see that play out on the field this year, or in the first game, and did it seem like there was a lot of rotation in the secondary today?
Really, I just think I just saw like a glimpse of it. We got a lot of guys that can play, a lot of different positions. Like most of our corners can play nickel, most of our safeties can play nickel, and I'm just that guy that just at nickel at first when they call nickel, but I think we got a lot of versatility in the room. It's really good for us, whenever we need a different body type or a different player with a different play style, at the right down and distance, we need to put a player out there to showcase his talent. But I think that's really good for us that we got a lot of guys that can play different positions, because I think it's gonna help us in the long run.
questions? Yeah, one just get my attention so we can get a microphone to you. In the front, on the left, Alejandro.
TJ, how did the experience of playing at the Big House compare to what you expected, and how do you evaluate the defensive performance in the whole?
I mean, really, it was everything I expected it to be. I enjoyed it. I loved it. You know, it didn't really hit me until, you know, pregame started. I just saw my teammates all hyped. Everybody was ready to go, and I think that just fueled my fire and, you know, just made me want to go out there and play for my brothers out there. And, you know, I enjoyed it, you know, a lot. I think we did a good job out there. You know, there's a lot of things that, you know, we can clean up. But, you know, my first time in the Big House, it was fun.
Sorry, on the left, Bob.
Marlin, Bryce Underwood's first game in college, obviously. Was it about what you thought? Did he exceed? Was it different? Was it everything you've seen before? How would you describe his first game?
Yeah, I think, you know, he had a really solid game. But there's some throws out there that he's going to make this year that he's made at practice that you guys didn't get to see tonight, but you guys will. And I just can't wait for that. But yeah, it's just going to be awesome. He's one heck of a player, and he's going to continue to make plays for us.
All right, we'll get the next question here from the front row on the left. Ryan?
TJ, what was the mood of the defense after Jay-Sean was ejected, and what was kind of said on that drive after he was ejected?
I mean, really, you know, we knew it wasn't, you know, the type of call that we was expecting, you know, at that point in the game. But, you know, it really wasn't too much said. We all just had that look. Like, I looked at my teammates and, you know, we just had that look like, all right, but it's time to do it for him now. Like, I looked at B. Hill and seen it in his eyes, like, yeah, it's that time now. Like, you know, if they want to, you know, take one of our, you know, best players out the game, then, you know, we're going to, you know, show them that they was wrong for doing that. But, you know, it happens. But, you know, we, you know, figured out, got the job done, so.
Got time for a couple more if folks have additional questions. Back to the left, Angelique.
Marlon, what did you make of Justice's performance tonight? 3 touchdowns, I think 159 yards rushing.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I've been seeing from him since he got to Michigan. So I'm not surprised at all. You know, shout out to the boys up front, the O-line, getting him right, and just him being the playmaker that he is. But he had a good game, and hope that's what he's going to do for the rest of the year. He looked outstanding out there, and he's going to continue to be a great player for us.
Okay, on the right side in the back, Aaron.
Marlon, you said a few weeks ago that you wanted to show what you could do this year from a pass-catching standpoint. What do you think you showed today?
That I can catch the ball and make plays in the passing game, just like I said. And that's what I got to continue to do for this team. If we want to go where we want to go, we need every 11 players on offense, defense, special teams to make plays for us. So I just want to be the best tight end in the country for this team, and I think that's what I showed tonight.
Anything final for these gentlemen? All set? Okay,
Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
No problem. I really try, guys.